Do you remember the legendary band that took the world by storm, BONEY M? Formed in Germany in 1976, this dynamic disco group fused Latin, soul, and disco, creating a sound that defined an era. With iconic members Liz Mitchell, Marsha Barrett, Maisey Williams, and Bobby Ferrell, BONEY M skyrocketed to fame with unforgettable hits like Daddy Cool, Rasputin, and Rivers of Babylon. Recently, their classic track Rasputin has made a major comeback, going viral on TikTok and introducing their music to a new generation. Today we're taking a trip down memory lane, exploring the heights of their career and checking in on what BONEY M is up to now. Let's get funky! Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss one of our deep dives. While you're at it, give that thumbs up icon a good smash to show some love. Liz Mitchell. Let's dive into the story of Liz Mitchell, the powerhouse lead vocalist whose voice defined BONEY M's iconic sound. Born in Clarendon Parish, Jamaica, Liz's life took a dramatic turn at just 11 years old when her family made the bold decision to move to London, England, in 1963. Little did she know that a seemingly ordinary phone call in February 1976 would set her on a path to international fame. The Catch a Wolf agency reached out with a life-changing offer, a chance to return to West Germany and join a new band being assembled by the renowned record producer Faran. This group, soon to be known as BONEY M, would become a global sensation, with Liz Mitchell at its heart as the lead vocalist. Her powerful and distinctive voice became the cornerstone of BONEY M's sound, driving the group to international stardom. During the late 1970s, BONEY M dominated the charts with a string of hits that have since become timeless disco classics. Songs like Daddy Cool, Rivers of Babylon, Brown Girl in the Ring, Rasputin, Ma Baker, and Mary's Boy Child not only highlighted Liz's vocal brilliance, but also the group's irresistible energy. For a decade, Liz and BONEY M toured the globe, reveling in the success and adoration that their music brought. After BONEY M disbanded shortly after their 10th anniversary in 1986, Liz Mitchell's musical journey was far from over. In 1987, Bobby Ferrell, a fellow group member, proposed the idea of reuniting for a tour. Liz and Maisey Williams were on board, but they faced a setback when Ferrell and the replacement singer failed to attend rehearsals. Determined not to let this derail their plans, Liz and Maisey quickly recruited new talent, singer Selena Duncan and dancer Kurt D. Darren, to complete their lineup. Despite their efforts, Liz struggled to secure a record label for their new album, No One Will Force You. The music industry seemed hesitant to embrace this refreshed version of BONEY M. However, a stroke of luck came when Simon Napier Bell, known for his work on a remix album of BONEY M's greatest hits, stepped in to offer support. Yet, internal tensions within the group began to surface, leading Liz to make the tough decision to focus on her solo career. The allure of BONEY M remained strong, and by the end of 1989, Faran reached out to Liz once again. He enlisted her to front a new lineup for another remix album, reawakening the BONEY M legacy. In 1996, Liz took a major step in taking control of her career. With her husband, Thomas Piton, she established Dove House Studios and launched Dove House Records. Their first project was an EP featuring 4 Christmas songs, created as a special thank you gift for her dedicated fans. Despite exploring solo ventures, Liz Mitchell never truly parted ways with BONEY M. She kept the group's spirit alive by touring under the name BONEY M, featuring Liz Mitchell, skillfully blending her dedication to the group's legacy with her own evolving career. This ability to honor her past while advancing her future has defined Liz's professional journey. In 2014, Liz's significant impact on music and her London roots were officially celebrated when an English Heritage Blue plaque was unveiled at her childhood home on Russell Road in Harran. This recognition marked a heartfelt acknowledgement of her contributions to the music world and her personal history. However, Liz's career has not been without personal trials. In 2023, she was involved in a serious car accident while driving her Mercedes, with her husband Thomas in the passenger seat. Thanks to her quick thinking, she avoided a head-on collision but ended up in a ditch. Liz sustained a broken arm, and both she and Thomas were left with cuts and bruises. Despite this setback, Liz remained determined to recover swiftly, with her sights set on her planned concerts in Europe and an upcoming U.S. tour. Marsha Barrett. Now let's turn our attention to Marsha Barrett, whose journey to fame began in 1975 when she joined a collective of models and dancers assembled by the visionary producer Faran. This ensemble, initially brought together to perform the infectious track "Baby Do You Wanna Bump" in discotheques and on television, would soon evolve into the iconic group BONEY M. The single quickly gained popularity in the Benelux countries, paving the way for the group's unprecedented global success. In early 1976, when Claudia Barry left the group, it was Marsha Barrett who suggested her fellow Jamaican Liz Mitchell as a replacement. Liz Mitchell's role as the lead vocalist became central to the group's identity, yet Marsha's contributions were equally vital. Her harmonies were integral to the distinctive sound of BONEY M, and she shared lead vocals on several of their biggest hits, including Daddy Cool, Ma Baker, Rasputin, and Gotta Go Home. Marsha Barrett's voice played a crucial role in defining the distinctive sound of BONEY M, adding a layer of depth and richness that set them apart in the bustling disco scene of the late 1970s. While she is often remembered for her harmonies, Marsha's talents extended far beyond supporting vocals. On each of BONEY M's studio albums leading up to their Christmas album, she took the spotlight on several tracks, showcasing her versatility and vocal prowess. When Faran, the group's producer, decided to step away from making new recordings, BONEY M took a bold step to continue their musical journey. They traveled to France to work with producer Barry Blue on the track "Everybody Wants to Dance Like Josephine Baker." On this single, Marsha took on the lead role, delivering both the lead and backing vocals with remarkable flair. Despite their innovative efforts, Faran was displeased by the group's decision to release the track without his involvement, leading him to withdraw the single from circulation. Following the disbandment of BONEY M, Marsha faced a series of personal and professional trials. In a poignant radio interview in November 2001, she reflected on her post-BONEY M experiences, sharing, "Life after BONEY M, my dear, I've been through hell and back." Among her significant challenges was a battle with ovarian cancer, which emerged while she was recording rock music in Munich. The diagnosis forced her to pause her career and concentrate on her health. Despite facing numerous setbacks, Marsha Barrett's love for music remained as strong as ever. In October 2007, she was approached by UK music producer Ian Levine to contribute to the album Disco 2008. However, she ultimately declined the offer. Marsha's personal experiences had deepened her social consciousness, fueling her desire to use her music as a force for good. She became a vocal critic of the U.S. military intervention in Iraq. In 2003, a benefit EP, No War, Peace and Love, was released as a protest against the U.S. military intervention in Iraq and generated $295 for the War Child charity. This dedication to meaningful causes became a central theme in Marsha's post-BONEY M career. Her tours took her to various conflict-ridden regions where she and her band aimed to deliver messages of peace through their performances. In a notable event in October 2007, Marsha and her BONEY M lineup made headlines by performing in South Ossetia, Georgia, at the invitation of President Mel Sakashi. Marsha's solo career continued to evolve over the years. On March 8, 2008, she performed with her band at the Palace Grounds in Bangalore, India, under the name BONEY M, featuring Marsha Barrett. In 2009, she made a big move by launching her own record label, Zoa Records. The label's first release was a remix of her song Seeing is Believing from her album Survival, followed by I Don't Know Why. Although she had plans to release her third solo album, unexpected rumors emerged, and life threw her another challenge when she faced a recurrence of cancer, which delayed the album's release. Barrett now resides in Berlin with her husband, Marcus James, whom she married in 1984. Marcus, a guitarist who played in Eddie Grant's band, has been a supportive partner throughout her career. Barrett has a son, born in the UK when she was 16. In June 2018, Barrett's autobiography, Forward My Life With and Without BONEY M, was published. A German edition was also released under the title Immer Weiter. Mein Leben mit und ohne BONEY M, Maisey Williams. Maisey, one of the standout members of the iconic group, began her journey to fame in Birmingham, England, where she initially ventured into modeling and achieved early fame by winning the title of Miss Black Beautiful in 1973. This recognition paved the way for her to lead her own band, Black Beautiful People. Her journey took a significant turn when she moved to West Germany with her friend Shayla Bonnick. In 1975, while dining at a restaurant, they were approached by an agent who offered them the chance to join a new pop group called BONEY M. Reflecting on the encounter, Williams recalled, "She asked if we could sing. Well, you don't say no, do you?" Despite her prior experience singing with a local band in England, where her brother Billy had dismissed her abilities with the comment, "You have a terrible voice. Better keep working as a walking clothes hanger," Williams embraced the opportunity. At that time, singing was not a requirement for the role. The group's producer, Faran, had already recorded the vocals for their disco track, Baby Do You Wanna Bump, but needed performers to dance and mime to the song. Williams and Bonnick joined forces with two other performers, known only as Natalie and Mike, to begin their discotheque tour and make a few TV appearances. Unfortunately, no footage of this initial lineup has surfaced. Both Liz Mitchell and Marsha Barrett contributed their vocal talents to BONEY M's recordings, working closely with producer Faran, who provided the deep male voice on the tracks. Together, this trio recorded the follow-up single, Daddy Cool, which quickly became a global hit and marked the beginning of the group's extraordinary success. Over the next decade, BONEY M enjoyed a string of hit singles and albums. Williams and Bobby Ferrell, while key members of the group, did not provide vocals on the studio recordings, as Faran explained in a 1978 interview with Bravo, stating that their voices were not suited for this particular style of music. This practice, however, was not unusual in the disco genre of the late 1970s. It did not lead to scandal, partly because such practices were becoming common, and partly because both Williams and Ferrell actively performed live during the group's extensive world tours from 1977 to 1979. Williams remained with BONEY M until their official breakup in 1990. In 1994, she followed in the footsteps of her former bandmates Liz Mitchell and Bobby Ferrell by forming her own version of the group, named BONEY M, featuring Maisey Williams. This new incarnation also included Shayla Bonnick, from the original 1975 lineup. In this version, Williams had the opportunity to take on the role of lead singer, performing classic hits such as Brown Girl in the Ring, Hooray, Hooray, It's a Holy Holiday, Sunny, and Daddy Cool. According to Williams' official site, it is well known that while she did sing in the studio, her voice was often less prominent on many of the recordings, primarily providing backing vocals. The reasons for this selective inclusion remain unclear, as they were known only to the producer at the time. This is corroborated by the inner sleeve of BONEY M's 1979 Oceans of Fantasy LP, which credits only Faran, Liz Mitchell, and Marsha Barrett for the vocals on the track-by-track list. Williams did record a minor vocal part for the group's track That's Boonoo News, Train to Skaville, which was featured in the 1981 TV special Een Sound Gaat om die Welt. A sound goes around the world. However, in the final mix released on record, her contribution was replaced by a re-recorded part by Liz Mitchell. In response to these issues, Williams initiated legal action against BONEY M's producer, Frank Faran, and Sony BMG, asserting her rights to perform under the BONEY M name. Faran had been promoting Liz Mitchell's group as the authentic continuation of BONEY M, despite the fact that Williams had not sung on any of the original band's recordings. On February 16, 2009, Williams won the case, securing a judgment that required Faran to account for payments on all record sales and future sales. Currently, Maisey Williams continues to tour globally, maintaining her connection to fans and celebrating the legacy of BONEY M. In December 2006, she released her debut solo record, Call Upon Jesus, which featured the download single Praise Be Unto Him. The following February, she released a dance remix of BONEY M's classic hit Sunny. By June, she had made headlines as the featured vocalist on the Latvian group Mello M's rendition of Daddy Cool, which soared to the #1 spot. One spot on the LMK charts in late August. In September 2011, Williams made waves with the release of a tribute single she co-wrote with Dutch songwriters Eddie Middelline and Björn de Water. The song, Josephine Baker, Eddie Middelline Mix, was accompanied by a video and released worldwide. As of 2024, at the age of 73, Williams remains active in her touring career. Her schedule included 9 shows in Australia and plans to join the 40 Years of Disco tour alongside other legendary acts like Sister Sledge and Rose Royce. Reflecting on her journey, Maisey acknowledges the personal sacrifices she made for her music career, including never marrying or having children. She attributes these choices to her unwavering dedication to BONEY M and her passion for her craft. Bobby Ferrell. Bobby Ferrell, the charismatic frontman of BONEY M, was known for his high-energy performances and flamboyant style, which became a defining feature of the group's image. Born in Aruba, part of the Dutch colony of Curaçao and Dependencies, later known as the Netherlands Antilles, Bobby's journey to stardom began at a young age. After finishing school at 15, he spent 2 years working as a sailor before relocating to Norway. His travels then took him to the Netherlands, where he worked intermittently as a DJ. Bobby's big break came in Germany, where he continued working as a DJ until producer Frank Faran discovered him. Faran invited Bobby to join his new pop group, BONEY M, where he became the sole male singer. However, it was later revealed in 1978, amidst existing rumors, that Bobby did not contribute vocals to the group's studio recordings. Instead, Faran performed the male vocal parts himself. Liz Mitchell confirmed that only she, Marsha Barrett, and Faran provided vocals for the hit recordings. During live performances, including those of the main 1970s BONEY M lineup, Bobby Ferrell's vocal contributions were limited to growling or vocalizations rather than traditional singing. Bobby Ferrell left BONEY M in 1981 following disagreements with producer Frank Faran, just as his voice was being recorded for the first time on the double A-side single We Kill the World, Boo Noo Noo Noos. He was replaced by Reggie Tsibo. During his time away from the group, Ferrell attempted to launch a solo career. Ferrell rejoined BONEY M in 1984 and remained with the group until its final breakup in 1986. The dissolution of BONEY M was not due to internal conflicts, but rather because Faran had originally envisioned the group as a 10-year project. The end was marked by the German TV special 10 Years BONEY M, 10 Years of BONEY M. After the band's split, Ferrell's daughter, Zanilia Ferrell, revealed that Faran deprived her father of his rights to BONEY M's hits, resulting in Ferrell losing all income from the band's success. When Bobby Ferrell sought financial support from Frank Faran, requesting 100,000 marks, he was asked to sign some papers. Unfortunately, Ferrell signed away all his rights. image rights, royalties, and more, resulting in a complete loss of his share in BONEY M's success. This financial setback forced Ferrell and his family to move in with his grandmother in the Netherlands and rely on welfare. The situation led to significant personal turmoil, with Ferrell becoming increasingly angry and frustrated. However, his wife displayed remarkable insight by recognizing that owning the name BONEY M could still be advantageous. Faran had not registered the name globally, which allowed Ferrell to perform under the BONEY M banner in certain countries. In 1988, Ferrell reunited with the three original female members of BONEY M. During this period, they released 2 remix albums and made several television appearances. One of their singles even topped the charts in France. Despite this brief resurgence, the reunion was short-lived. Shortly thereafter, Ferrell began touring with his own group, performing BONEY M's hits under the name Bobby Ferrell's BONEY M. In late 2005, Ferrell made a notable appearance as a dancer in Roger Sanchez's music video for Turn on the Music. Bobby Ferrell spent many years living in Amsterdam, specifically in the Gasperdam neighborhood of the Amsterdam Zuidoost borough. In 1981, he married Macedonian Romani Jasmina Shaban. The couple had 2 children, a daughter named Zanilia, born in 1983, and a son named Zanin. The marriage ended in 1995. Ferrell's life came to an end on the morning of December 30th, 2010, when he died of heart failure in a hotel room in St. Petersburg, Russia. His agent, John Sen, reported that Ferrell had complained of breathing problems following a performance with his band the night before. Hotel staff discovered his body after he failed to respond to an alarm call. It was a poignant coincidence that Ferrell died on the same date and in the same city as Grigory Rasputin, a figure he had famously dressed as during some of his live performances, and who was the subject of one of BONEY M's most iconic songs. Ferrell was laid to rest at Zorgvlied Cemetery in Amsterdam. His daughter, Zanilia Ferrell, has followed a successful career in music as a rapper. In December 2011, she won the National Music Prize Grote Prijs van Nederland in the hip-hop category. Frank Faran. Frank Faran, the mastermind behind BONEY M's success, is a pivotal figure in the music industry, renowned for shaping the sound of one of disco's most iconic groups. Faran's career began in the mid-1970s, and he would go on to become one of the most influential figures in German pop music. His impact was so profound that he is often hailed as the most successful German pop producer ever, with claims of hundreds of millions of records sold worldwide. Despite his monumental success, Faran frequently received more recognition abroad than in his native Germany. The inception of BONEY M traces back to late 1974, when Faran recorded the track, Baby Do You Wanna Bump? Released in 1975 under the BONEY M pseudonym, this song marked the beginning of what would become one of the most successful disco groups of the era. Faran's approach to BONEY M was unconventional and would later spark controversy. He assembled a lineup that included vocalists Liz Mitchell and Marsha Barrett, with Bobby Ferrell as the charismatic frontman and Maisey Williams primarily as a dancer. Under Frank Faran's guidance, BONEY M achieved remarkable success across Europe and the globe. Their catalog of hits became emblematic of the disco era, with tracks like Daddy Cool, Rivers of Babylon, Rasputin, and their rendition of Mary's Boy Child not only topping charts, but also cementing their place as cultural icons recognized across generations. The zenith of BONEY M's global impact was strikingly illustrated in 1978 during the Cold War. In an extraordinary move, the Soviet Union's Politburo granted BONEY M rare permission to perform in Moscow, a testament to the widespread appeal of their music. The band, along with Faran, was transported to the Soviet Union on military planes, highlighting the significance of their international success. Over the course of 10 concerts in the Soviet Union, the band was notably prohibited from performing their latest hit, Rasputin. likely due to its potentially sensitive subject matter relating to Russian history. Frank Farian's reputation in the music industry grew so formidable that he earned the nickname Mr. German Hit. His influence was profound enough that he reportedly turned down an invitation from Michael Jackson to produce tracks for his 1991 album Dangerous, choosing instead to focus on BONEY M. Farian's musical ventures extended beyond BONEY M. He also founded the supergroup Far Corporation, named after the first syllable of his last name. Far Corporation made history in October 1985 by becoming the first act to chart with a cover of Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven, reaching number 8 on the UK charts. However, Farian's career took a controversial turn with his involvement in the pop duo Milli Vanilli. Much like his work with BONEY M, Farian initially recorded Milli Vanilli's songs before the group's members, Fab Morvan and Rob Pilatus, ever stepped into a studio. Unlike BONEY M, where the performers contributed their own vocals, Morvan and Pilatus were selected primarily for their looks and dance abilities and did not actually sing on the recordings. The deception surrounding Milli Vanilli's success remained concealed until their rising fame drew increasing scrutiny. The controversy reached a climax when Milli Vanilli won the Grammy Award for Best New Artist in 1990. Farian later admitted in an interview that he felt immense discomfort during the celebration of their Grammy win, saying he wanted to sink under a table. The revelation of the scheme led to a major scandal in the music industry. The National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences subsequently withdrew Milli Vanilli's Grammy. Both Farian and executives at Arista Records, the U.S. label for Milli Vanilli's album, claimed they had not informed the label that Morvan and Pilatus did not perform the vocals on their hit records, exacerbating the scandal's fallout. Despite the fallout from the Milli Vanilli scandal, Frank Farian remained largely unfazed. In a 1990 interview with The Washington Post, he referred to the Milli Vanilli situation as an open secret and described the group as merely a project. Farian did not retreat from the limelight or alter his approach. Instead, he continued to create and develop similar Eurodance groups, such as La Bash and Lick. As his career progressed, he relocated to Miami, Florida, where he continued his work in the music industry. Farian's personal life was marked by relationships with Chinya Oneno, his former common-law wife, and they had 3 daughters and a son together. Music remained a family affair. In 2021, Farian's daughter Yanina joined him in recording a cover of Kool and the Gang's Cherish. In his later years, Farian faced health challenges, including undergoing heart surgery in 2022. He had a pig heart valve implanted, a procedure he credited with saving his life. Despite these health issues, Farian remained involved in music until his passing on January 23, 2024 in Miami at the age of 82. As always, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It really helps. From all of us at Do You Remember, thanks for watching.